Hi Aquarius, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aquarius, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what's going on with you. So this week we get a random pull for the key to the week, because we're in one of those kind of weird tween weeks. This week for the key to the week we have the World card. I really like this because I kind of get the feeling that this week your people, your friends, your community are going to come through for you. Now that's the beautiful part of this, which is fantastic. The challenging part of that means that there may be something that they need to support you with. So it's kind of like a, it's kind of potentially, it could be a bit of a mixed bag. Another way that this card shows up for you, remember yours is the sign of the world basically. And what tends to happen with this is you will, what's the word that I'm looking for? Yours is the sign of the world, right? And so the fact that you've got the World card means that sometimes world events will show up here for you. What this really speaks to this week though is your people coming through for you, and for you personally feeling like your life is taking a step up. It's like you're moving in a direction and feeling, yes, this is happening, like this is what I need right now. Or maybe even just a realization or an understanding that sets in that actually you have reached a new level, but you didn't even realize it. Maybe you've been so busy doing something, working, whatever it might be, that you haven't really had a moment to kind of stop and smell the roses and realize just how far you've traveled. This could be a week like that. For your actions and interactions, or your actions and options should I say, this week, let's have a look. You have the Six of Cups. So not only is there like support coming in for you, which is absolutely beautiful, but there's potentially a reconnection coming in here for a select few of you, because the Six of Cups is a card of the past, right? It's good, happy memories coming through. Maybe an old community that you were a part of previously. Maybe you're going back to one. Maybe friends from the past are reconnecting with you. It was funny as well, because I kind of get the feeling that if you are reconnecting to friends from your past, this is likely to be through a community rather than direct. They might not necessarily message you direct. They may, it might be you get a message from another friend that says, oh, by the way, so-and-so asked how you are. Or maybe you're, maybe you're doing something online and you end up like in a group and you're like, oh my gosh, I know this person. Like, yeah, we were really good friends in school. There's a reconnection here. And this, because it's the Six of Cups, which is a sibling card as well, it's very likely to be somebody that has the energy of sister from another mister, brother from another mother. Like there's a really strong sense that whoever this person is, there was once upon a time, even if there isn't now, there was a strong bond between you, which could be really nice. This is in your actions and options, which to me suggests that it will probably be you doing the reaching out, or because of the World card, it will happen indirectly. It won't be, you reaching out to them or them reaching out to you. Like it will happen either through a third party or because of a group interaction in some regard. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Four of Swords. Take your time with stuff this week, especially if there are reconnections. You don't just want to jump straight into it. My understanding of things is, yes, we must allow people to change. Nobody is who they were when they were 15. And if they are, especially at my age, that's a problem, right? But you also don't want to just jump straight into it. You don't want to, have some caution around a reconnection of friendships, maybe even people that you worked with previously, etc. ease yourself into it rather than just jumping straight in and saying, well, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt. And it's not to say that there's any problems with reconnecting with anyone. It's just the Four of Swords when it comes to communication suggests that it's a slow week for communication. All right, so take your time with everything, no rash moves. When it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, you've got this with the World card. This week, I would be very mindful. Yeah, okay, sorry, I have to really think about this one. The feeling that I get from this is, if you're studying, you might want to get back to being a part of the group after a time out. And at the moment, you might be making such good progress that maybe for a select few of you, it isn't time to go back to this just yet. It could also be that you're noticing that there's been a slowdown in group interaction or connection, and so you seek to do something about it, but you're taking your time with this. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, work's going to be kind of slow this week, and I think this is good because it gives you some space to think. And I actually feel like this might be for some of you like that are employed by other people. Maybe things have been so weird for so long that you hadn't really realized how far you traveled, how much you've done, how much water there is under the bridge. And it's like this week you get a moment to step back and go, huh, okay, yeah, just put out like a million fires. Cool. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, again, potential reconnections to people from your past employees, possibly as well, people that you've worked with or collaborated with. Take it easy, take it slow, don't rush into anything. Just, you know, hear people out, see, you know, get the lay of the land, see how it's going. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, I love this for visiting family, visiting loved ones, friends, going back to places, old haunts, all of that kind of stuff I actually really enjoy. For your love and relations, you've got the Five of Swords. So potential hard conversations to be had in the relationship about something that's come up previously, but this time you get it resolved. This time it's like through slow, steady, patient communication, the issue or the challenge or whatever it is that's come up previously from the past, literally you get past it and you move over it, and it's like, yes, okay, we needed that so that we could get back to good communication. So for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, whatever this comes up this week, it will be the last time that you have to deal with it, all right, which I actually think is great. For those of you that are single and looking, honestly, I feel like this could be a person from your past that comes in and tries to make peace with you. Whether this is because they want to be with you again or not sure, not really interested. But there could be an old hurt, an old wound, or maybe an old argument of some sort that is laid to rest. And that actually could be very cathartic and actually very healthy for you moving forward. Again, take your time with it. Do not rush anything of this nature. For your money and materials, you have the Judgment card. And you've got the Judgment and the World. So whenever these cards show up sort of in close proximity to each other, for me, this is always not only a grand clearing of the decks, but a big changing shift that's coming in. When it comes to your finances, your money and your resources, there are big changes ahead for you, my dear Aquarians, which is great. Remember as well with the Judgment card, it's a call to action. So you've got this, whatever plans you're working on behind the scenes, this is a time for you to really define why you're going after something. And also with the Judgment card, that's a blast from the past, and this is as well. It's really weird because I kind of feel like maybe you're being offered something or given something that once upon a time maybe you really wanted or desired, and now you're kind of like, huh, okay, well, this is great that it's shown up, I'm just not entirely sure I want it. It could also be a monetary, material, or financial gift that's given to you that you really don't expect in any way, shape, or form. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, for those of you that have had recurring health issues, maybe you've had a rash that comes up and disappears, maybe you've had Pluto transits will do that. I used to get one here on my neck and one here on my eyebrow, and once Pluto moved to the end part of Capricorn, it disappeared. And that literally is in line with a 6th house transit of Pluto. So you know, if it's a skin thing, interestingly enough as well, the reason I mention this is because the Judgment card is Pluto. So if you've had something like that this week, you could have a breakthrough of some kind, or a realization of where, you know, why this is happening, especially if you're eating things that you're probably not meant to. So, right, that's one way this could show up. Another way that this could show up for you as well, let's say you've had, like, you know, a mysterious recurring illness or issue. You could read something, somebody could say something to you, or maybe even you get a piece of information from someone and you're like, oh my gosh, that's me. Like, you read it and you're like, yes, this is why. And it turns out that there's, you know, some medical reason behind it. I'm not a doctor. I can't give you medical advice. This is not a diagnosis in any way, shape or form. Just giving you the ideas of how some of this can show up. For those of you, and then when it comes to your home and environment, this is a call to action when it comes to the home and with the World card. So I am going to say be prepared for a little bit of a shake-up within the family dynamic this week. And that feels like the sort of wider family rather than like just the people that you live with in your home. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.